The matrix can be cracked. You can make a bunch of money, but you need to take responsibility and do it. Nobody else is going to wake up and care more about your life than you. If you won't wake up every day and say, I need to get rich, nobody else is going to wake up and say, I need to make him rich.
Yeah.
So if you don't think it, nobody else is going to think it, which means nobody thinks it.
There's a moment when every boy realizes no one's coming to save him. And that's when he becomes a man. And some boys never get there and stay children forever.
I said this to somebody the other day. They were talking about how they feel. And I said, who cares how you feel? You're telling me I know you and I don't care. So all the people who don't know you don't care. You're going to walk around telling everybody, trying to find somebody who gives it. Good luck. You might find somebody who pretends to care long enough for you to get a little bit of dopamine, but all in all, you're wasting time in a hyper-competitive world where people like me who perform regardless of how they feel are just going to perpetually bury you. And then you're going to sit there and wake up and go, why am I a loser? Well, because when Andrew was sad, his business didn't fall apart. He was doing push-ups every day. Nothing about his life degraded when he was in a jail cell surrounded by cockroaches. You're in a plushy bed at home, crying about what? You're not allowed almost as a man to put that much importance on how you feel. You don't have time to care about it because you have too much to do.
The truth is simple. The world is not going to help you. People won't hand you success on a silver platter, and you won't find any shortcuts to greatness. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you can take control of your own life. The only person who has the power to shape your future is you. Everyone you meet is fighting their own battle. The world doesn't care about your problems. It's busy moving forward. The economy doesn't care about your struggles. Your family doesn't care about your ambitions, and your friends don't owe you anything. So why are you sitting around waiting for someone to throw you a lifeline? Nothing is going to be handed to you. Life is about survival of the fittest, and if you're not ready to take what's yours, someone else will. When things are hard, most people give up. They wait for the perfect time. They wait for things to align. They wait for someone to offer them a break. Success comes when you realize that no one owes you anything. It's up to you to go out there and take what you want. When you're fighting against everything, when the odds are stacked against you, that's when you prove to yourself and everyone else that you have what it takes to make it. You can't afford to sit back and wait for life to give you a break. It's not coming. Instead of waiting for the world to be fair, you need to take charge and create your own luck. Every successful person you admire, every billionaire you envy, has faced the same struggles. The difference is that they didn't expect anyone to solve their problems for them. They got up every single day, no matter how tough things got, and they worked until they made their dreams a reality. It's time to stop playing the victim, stop waiting for things to get better, and start taking action. There will always be reasons to give up, reasons to feel sorry for yourself. But here's the truth. Everyone has those reasons. You're just as capable as anyone else to turn your life around. If you want to succeed, you need to start thinking like a winner, not a victim. The victim mindset is the most dangerous trap you can fall into, and so many people get stuck in it. When you think like a victim, you constantly focus on everything that's wrong, everything that's holding you back. You make excuses for why you can't do something or why something is out of your reach. This mindset keeps you paralyzed, stuck in a cycle of inaction and self-pity. You're never going to get rich or achieve anything worthwhile if you constantly play the victim card. Success only cares about results. And the sooner you start thinking like a winner, someone who takes responsibility for their own life and pushes forward regardless of the circumstances, the sooner you'll start seeing real progress. Winners know that they are responsible for their own outcomes. They take ownership of their situation, no matter how tough it gets. When they face challenges, they don't back down or make excuses. They find a way to overcome them. They don't waste time worrying about how unfair life is or how hard things are. They focus on what needs to be done and execute relentlessly. And if you want to get rich, if you want to succeed, you have to adopt this mentality. You need to embrace the struggle, embrace the grind, and stop making excuses. The truth is that everyone has problems. No one's life is without hardship. When you think like a winner, you take those problems head on. You see them as stepping stones, not roadblocks. It's easy to stay comfortable, to make excuses, to blame your situation on everything and everyone around you, but that's not going to get you anywhere. The road to success is filled with struggles, setbacks, and disappointments. But if you're determined enough, you can turn every obstacle into fuel for your journey. Success is earned, not given. It's earned through blood, sweat, and tears. It's earned through discipline, focus, and an unrelenting drive to win. If you're serious about getting rich, then you have to stop feeling sorry for yourself and start doing what it takes. Winners don't wait for things to get better, they make them better. So stop sitting around complaining about how tough life is and start thinking about what actions you can take to change your situation. You need to stop waiting for someone to save you. The biggest lie we've been told is that someone someday is going to come along and rescue us from our problems. Whether it's the government, your boss, a mentor, or anyone else, expecting someone to hand you success on a silver platter is a guaranteed way to fail. You can sit around waiting for a miracle, waiting for things to change, or you can take control of your own fate and make things happen for yourself. Opportunities are not given, they're earned. And they're earned by taking ownership of your situation and using everything you've got to create a path forward. Waiting for someone else to do the hard work for you is a trap, and it will keep you stuck in the same place year after year, watching others succeed while you stay stagnant. There is no such thing as the right time. There's only now. If you keep waiting for everything to align, you'll be waiting forever. The best time to act is always now. Success doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It's about making decisions, taking action, and moving forward regardless of the circumstance. The only person who can change your life is you. And if you're not willing to take full responsibility for where you are right now, nothing is ever going to change. The key is realizing that you are not a passive participant in your own life. And no one is going to change your situation unless you do it yourself. You have to become the person who takes action, who steps up and gets things done without waiting for anyone's approval or help. You cannot rely on hope or chance when building your success. You need to be proactive, to push yourself and to take control of every situation. The best move you can make is always the one that gets you closer to your goals, not the one that's comfortable or requires the least effort. Don't waste time hoping for things to magically get better. They won't. It's your life, your responsibility, and the sooner you take charge, the sooner things will start changing. Waiting for someone to come along and save you will keep you stuck. You have to save yourself, and you do that by taking action. You need to understand that success requires discomfort. Everyone wants the rewards, the luxury, the freedom that comes with success, but few are willing to pay the price. The truth is, if you're not uncomfortable, you're probably not growing. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It's easy to get lazy, to settle into routines, to let things stay the same. But that's a surefire way to stay stuck, to waste years, and to wonder why your life hasn't changed. If you're serious about getting rich, about achieving something that stands out, you need to embrace discomfort. You have to get used to the grind, the late nights, the failures, and the doubts. All of those things are part of the process. They are necessary. Everyone who's reached the top has had to go through discomfort. Those who run from discomfort will never see success. If you want to go where others can't, you have to do what others won't. You can't expect to build wealth if you're not willing to sacrifice your time, your energy, your comfort. Every failure, every setback, every moment of doubt is a test of your commitment to success. And if you back down when things get tough, you're never going to make it. So get comfortable being uncomfortable.
If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful.
I've trained 99% of my life alone. No one pat me on the back. I did all of the work alone.
One day you'll look back and realize you didn't just survive, you transformed. You became something no one thought you could be, including your old self. You don't need more time. You need to stop wasting it. You don't need more motivation. You need to wake up and remember who the hell you are. You were built for more. You were created to conquer. But that version of you that's going to dominate your life, that version is buried underneath your bad habits, your laziness, your doubt, your fear. And every time you show up when it's hard, every time you say no to distractions, every time you silence the voice telling you to quit, you bring that version closer to life. You resurrect the giant inside of you. Stop being soft. Stop crying about how hard it is. It's supposed to be hard. That's what separates the average from the elite. Life is a war, and if you're not willing to fight, you better get used to losing. But if you're willing to stand up, to dig deep, to go all in, then nothing can stop you. Not the haters, not the circumstances, not your past. The moment you decide that you're the one who's going to turn it all around, everything changes. Be the one in your family who breaks the cycle. Be the one your future kids will thank. Be the one who shows your younger self that all the pain wasn't for nothing. Let your story be a blueprint for someone else's breakthrough. But it all starts when you stop playing victim, when you stop blaming the world, when you look in the mirror and say, if it's going to happen, it's going to be me. No excuses, no backup plan, just hunger, vision, and execution. Heroes don't fold, they finish. You're not too late. You're not too old. You're not too broken. You're one decision away from a completely different life, but you've got to want it bad enough. You've got to want it more than you want to stay comfortable. You've got to want it more than your ego wants to prove people wrong. You've got to want it for you, because you deserve more than the life you're settling for. But no one's going to hand it to you. You've got to rise up and earn it. So get up, dust yourself off, wipe the tears, silence the noise, block out the doubt, and get to work. You've got what it takes. It's in your blood. It's in your spirit. You were made for this. And when it gets tough, good. That's where champions are made. That's where legends are born. When most people would give up, you rise. When most would retreat, you charge forward. Because you're not most people. You're a warrior. You're the one who wins. You're the one who inspires. You're the one who doesn't just survive, you thrive.
I've trained 99% of my life alone. No one pat me on the back. I did all of the work alone, by myself. I don't need anyone. That's why people come to me to motivate them. No one can motivate me. People are looking for that pat on the back. I don't need it.
So never give up. Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship.
You chase something that you believe you deserve until you get it. And it doesn't matter what happens to you. It doesn't matter how many times you get fired. It doesn't matter how many people don't believe in you. You just go until you get it. Are you tired yet? You need to be tired of what's going on in your life. Get tired of your habits. Get tired of your results. Get tired of the actions that you're putting in there every day. You gotta change, man, or nothing changes.
You are the only one that's going to be able to save you. And all this time, you point your finger and you say, I can't do that because I was born here, or I can't do that because I have this issue. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to get more of the same. You're going to be ashamed more. You're going to be frustrated more. And you're going to really regret at the end of your life that you put off taking responsibility for yourself and building yourself into what could be.
Get up and be your own hero. There's no cavalry, no miracle, no lucky break that's going to fall from the sky and change your life. That job you hate, the weight you carry, the debt you drown in, the dream you keep delaying, only one person can fix it, and that person stares back at you in the mirror every single day. You are the solution. You are the hero you've been praying for. You've got pain? Good. Use it. You've got problems? Even better. That's fuel. That's fire. That's your training ground. Heroes are not born in comfort. They're created in chaos. They're built in the dark, when no one's watching. They're built through nights where you don't sleep, mornings when you don't feel like moving, and days when everything in you wants to quit. But you get up anyway. That's what makes a real hero. Stop looking around. Stop waiting. Stop hoping someone will save you from the hole you're in. If you want out, you better start climbing. You better get your hands dirty and start building. Build your mindset, build your discipline, build your resilience. You want success? You have to outwork everyone for it. You have to become obsessed. You have to sacrifice comfort for greatness. There is no shortcut, no elevator, only stairs. And every step will burn. Every step will test you. But if you keep climbing, if you refuse to quit,